Let's hear it for my mantra. Oh yeah, I'm so excited that all these poems are in different languages. I remembered suddenly that I wrote a poem in French this morning. So I'm going to read it to you, and then afterwards I will read the translation. Don't worry. It's called Nuit. Par nuit, les nuages sont oubliés. Night. At night, the clouds are forgotten. Thank you. I'm going to read this poem. It's really a song, but I'm reading it as a poem. It's called Normal Day. Because today is a normal day, most likely. Normal day. It's a normal day. A bird is singing the same note over and over. It's a D flat. Now she stops, and all I hear is the dishwasher churning and my neighbor's TV set. A man with a deep voice is reading the news, but I can't understand a word he's saying through the wall. It's a normal day, like most of the days in the Pleistocene era. Now I will count by threes. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33. It's a normal day, like most of the days in the Pleistocene era. I write these one-sentence sentences that I sometimes call first lines of novels. So I'm going to read one of them. Once you're abducted by aliens, their ship becomes an IFO, identified flying object. I think I'll read another one. In retrospect, the Jefferson Monument was a mistake. Wait, I'm reading more of them. I'm writing a sequel to The Sound of Music called The Taste of Food. I wear pants in case the UPS guy comes. I brilliantly impersonate a senior citizen. Amnesia can't be taught. I'm a fan of baseballs rather than baseball. Profound, don't you? I love the spot where two skies meet. The hot new academic field is infotainment studies. Even agnostics believe in the tooth fairy. Hummingbirds must outsmart flowers. No saint ever had a bodyguard. In my neck of the woods, people neck in the woods. The term LOL makes me sad. I think I'll end with this one. Do two stockbrokers ever mate? This This is keeping with my new Marxist theme. This is entitled Vow. If I make a lot of money from this poem, I will give it to the poor, the lonely, and the oppressed. This is a poem called Awful Fart. This is an experience perhaps we can all share. Awful fart. What an awful fart I just made. Unlike my beautiful farts of 2003. I'm going to read one or two more, I'm sorry, of these one-line lines. Oh, that's what I want to hear from a principal. This is like my wish fulfillment fantasy that my principal said to me, keep cutting school and writing weird sentences. And here is one. Jesus goes door to door handing out inane leaflets. Both sides of the war on drugs are on drugs. Jazz was invented by shepherds. The Vatican swim team always loses. Only 3 vampires have been president. Zachary Taylor, Warren G. Harding, and Calvin Coolidge. All percussionists are influenced by rain. This is a poem entitled Vowels. I thought it was about the time I told the truth about vowels. Vowels. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U. The consonants are B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. These are more of my one-lines. Reality shows have always failed on radio, particularly divorced scuba divers. That's a title of a reality TV show on radio, Divorced Scuba Divers. Even the blind have eyes. If you're having an existential crisis, call in an existentialist. Much of the Boy Scout oath is taken from 3rd century Buddhism. Solitude scares me, except while I'm shitting. This is a poem about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I just think the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse is just a great title for any poem. Yes. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse all wear cologne. This is one of the many poems I wrote for Occupy Wall Street. I don't know if you can tell from looking at me, but I'm like a not really reconstructed Occupy Wall Street addict. This is a poem called Everybody. Everybody, I heard you. Everybody, you whispered. So many whispers. So many whispers. So many whispers became a roar. And this is another of my brutally revolutionary poems. It's called Total Capitalism, which is a good title for a poem, Total Capitalism. Total capitalism. A little capitalism hurts no one. For example, if I sell you this poem for 23 cents. But total capitalism crushes the earth's soul. Thank you, Ra. Ra, who knows? I'm going to read this. This is one of my pieces of short fiction. I know this is probably a poetry reading, but I'm going to read a piece of short fiction. It's called Archie Expertise. Archie, the famous comic book. Archie Expertise. My knowledge of Archie comics is almost scholarly. For example, I have carefully followed the evolution of Bernice Beasley, the lunchroom cook. You probably heard of the spoken word movement. I may have invented the broken word movement. Broken word involves you take a word and you break it, and that's the movement. So I started with the word global, G-L-O-B-A-L, meaning it's the adjectival form of the word globe. So I divided it exactly in half. Global. So here it comes. This is a poem entitled The New Broken Word Poetry. Glow, bull. Oh, I should read at least one of my palindromes. You know, palindrome is a word, phrase, or Northern Italian menu that reads the same backwards and forwards. So I'm going to read... Oh, yeah, this is one of my great ones. You're lucky to be here. Now, remember, this is the same backwards and forwards. You have to trust me on this, or you can write it down. Or you can watch the video later and then read the subtitles. Okay, this is a palindrome, remember? Wet sanitary ret in a stew. I'll read one more. This one's kind of dirty, I'm warning you. Ms. Agro's orgasm. Okay, so now I'm going to end with, I wrote a song for Edward Snowden, the guy that he told the truth about the National Security Agency, which is acronymed, or whatever the word is, summarized as the NSA. And you know the word knavery, K-N-A-V-E-R-Y? It means kind of brutal ugliness. This is my song. It's called Song for Snowden. This is a song for Edward Snowden and the airplane he rode in to Hong Kong. This is a song for Snowden. In an airport in Moscow he sits. He must live by his wits. He blew the whistle. This is an epistle to Snowden. We give thanks to Thor and Odin for sending us Edward Snowden. With all his bravery, he fought the knavery of the NSA. This is an essay for Snowden.